So that a school is cheap or affordable to you does not mean is the best school for you. What I go? I know people don't like to hear this part. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Guys, it's your favorite girl, your baby girl. It's your favorite girl, ADA Ada. Guys, if today is your first time of seeing my videos, thank you, and welcome to this community. And I hope you love it here. Please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the like button, because that way my video gets visibility and every other person who are searching for this kind of videos get to see it. And also let me know in the comment section where you're watching from. Thank you, and I love you. If you're my OG as well, I do not take you guys for granted. So thank you guys, thank you. Without further ado, let's get started on today's video. So the topic of today's video, as it states, things to consider before you japa, things to consider before you take that bold step of migrating to Canada, things to consider before you choose a school in Canada. Guys, there are a lot of things you need to consider before making that decisions, and I'm here to list them out for you so that you can take a pen, take a pencil, begin to write them out and make your decisions before applying to schools. I know that a lot of us are coming in January, May, September 2024. I wish you guys all the best, but here are the things to consider before making that decision. Number one on my list is that that a school is cheap does not mean it is the best school for you. Yeah, I know a lot of people has reached out to me and say, oh, ADA, I want to move to Canada, but the school fees is too expensive. I get to hear this amount, I get to hear the other amount. I don't know if I can afford it. So I'm looking for cheap schools. Cheap is relative. So when you say cheap, you need to consider a lot of things and put them into consideration. But a school is cheap does not mean it is the best school for you. Some schools are cheap and they do not have DLI, meaning that they are not designated learning institute. Some schools are cheap and affordable, but they are not entitled to give postgraduate work permit when you finish from those kind of schools. So that a school is cheap or affordable to you does not mean is the best school for you. What I go? I know people don't like to hear this part. As long as it's cheap, the school is good. As long as the price is affordable to them, they're jumping into it. But guys, for the fact that a school is cheap does not mean it is a best or one of the best schools for you. So you need to consider this as well. There are some schools that are affordable, but they do not offer the kind of program you want to, take, or some schools that are affordable, but they are not in the city you will want to live in. So these are the things to consider before choosing that cheap school. Another thing you should consider is if japa is the only thing on your mind. In fact, it's immigration that brought you. That is why you paid that school fees to come to Canada, guys. There are some schools you should afford before paying school fees. Avoid them. In fact, abort mission when you see their names. Schools like Seneca College, Canberra College, guys, abort mission because assignments go choke, quiz go choke, everything go choke. These schools will not, especially I'll use my own school for an instance, they will not let you breathe. Depending on the course as well you're doing. There's some people that, they are still in my school, but they're not getting as much assignment as I'm getting. So they're not getting as much quiz as I'm getting. While there are some people that is in my school, they sleep. They do not know what sleep is. They do not rest. They don't, things are not easy for them in the academic sector because they are, bombarded back to back with either schoolwork, assignment, one quiz, one test, one anything. They're just being bombarded. And then again, I heard Seneca College is like that. So when you want to japa, it is japa, it is not school that you came to do. It is not book. You do not like book at all. Please about mission, make sure that you're not choosing this type of schools, because at the end of the day, it's going to affect your CGP, and it doesn't make sense that you're paying that so much money. And not just that you're paying this so much money, you get to graduate and you're not graduating with a good result. You're not graduating with a good CGP. It doesn't sound reasonable. I don't know, it might be okay for you, but for me, I feel it doesn't just sound reasonable. So when you're choosing a school and it's just Japa, you do not like book at all, you don't like stress, you like the baby day life, you like to take life easy and jeje, please, there's some schools you should avoid. And I think Anglia College is one of them, Seneca College is one of them, Humber College is one of them. Please avoid them with all your might, because assignment choke every day. It is one assignment or the other. Yeah, this is my own personal opinion. I stand to be corrected as well, but this is my own personal opinion. Another thing you should consider is school ranking and academic qualification. It's not just all about moving to Canada, taking up that school offer. Please be sure that the school you're choosing has a good ranking, their academic qualification is sound. That when you tell someone, oh, I schooled at so place, I schooled at so and so school, that the person will like, oh, I've heard about the school, oh, I think it's a good school, oh, I know it's a good school. These are also important. It's not just all about going to get that piece of paper, because at the end of the day, yeah, it is a piece of paper. So you should be mindful of the schools you're choosing. Be sure that the school academic record, the school ranking, school qualification will be worth it at the end of the day, after you had spent all that millions of naira. This is another thing you should consider before making that decision, if you get what I mean. Another thing you should consider before choosing that school is that the school is in a small city. Does not mean that the school is for you. Why would I say that? There are some schools that are in smaller cities, and because they're in smaller cities, it doesn't mean it might be cheap when it comes to accommodation, but there are other things that you should consider, like job. When a school is in a smaller city and you can't get a job in that city, it becomes an issue. If you get, it becomes an issue for you, because if you're one who sponsored yourself to come to Canada, you're one who is taking responsibility of yourself. You have phone bills, I keep saying it, you have phone bills, I keep saying it, that you have rent here to pay, you have other expenses to pay, and you're going to school, you're not working, you've not been able to get a job, except you have money saved up somewhere, maybe in another currency, that if worse comes to worse, you will just change it and use it to pay school fees. But if that's not your case, then school is in a smaller city does not mean you're going to get PR, because I know a lot of people would choose schools that are in smaller cities because, oh, I heard that if I go to this city, because it's a smaller city, they might do rural, they might have a rural immigration pathway, and because of that, I'm going to get PR. No, because a school is in a smaller city does not necessarily mean that you must get PR or you will get PR through that school. And also, it's not just schooling, it's about you getting job, it's about you meeting quality people, because for me, I feel like meeting quality people matters a lot, because it will also give you a good network connection, it will also improve the quality of your life, because if you mingle with quality people, irrespective of anything, it is bound to improve how you see things, it is bound to improve your quality of life in general. So that a school is in a small city does not necessarily mean that it is the best school for you. It doesn't mean that because it's in a smaller city, you're bound to get PR immediately you finish from that school. No, things does not work like that. You still have to go through the PR process. Even if it's a rural immigration pathway, you also have to go through that immigration. You need to provide the documents, you need to go provide everything that is required, go through the regular process before you can get PR. So consider this thing, especially job. For me, I feel like it's job and meeting quality people that matters, because if you do not get a job, in that small city? How do you intend to pay your bills? How do you intend to survive? Okay, if you even now meet people who cannot refer you to get better job offers as well, so how do you intend to survive? How do you intend to pay your bills? So these are the things you should consider before making a choice of, picking any school and applying to that school. So these are just the things you should consider. So another thing you should consider before choosing a school is employment opportunities. I know someone that finished from my school, and immediately he or she finished, he got employed in my school, and the person is now holding like a big what's it called, position in my school. So when picking a school, please consider employment opportunities. You should be able to go to school that when you present the certificate, it gives you opportunity to a wide range of jobs. You can pick from any job. You can go to, the certificate holds weight. Another thing, which should be the final thing I want to talk about, is when choosing a school, please, not just the school, consider the program, consider the course you want to do. This one is very important. You should not come to Canada and come and study linguistics. There are some courses you should not come to Canada to study. Pick a course you know that you're comfortable with, so that when you come, you study it. When you study it, at the end of the day, it will give you a wide range of opportunities to pick job. Because last, the end goal is not just PR. The end goal is to get a job and then also get your PR. So while you're not being able to get a job just because of the kind of course you studied or the kind of school you attended, at the end of the day, situation go dey critical because you're still where you are. So at the same time, if you are now considering to go through the express entry, then you need a job offer, which will also improve or increase your point. It doesn't necessarily mean that you must get a job offer, but if you go to a good school or you choose a good program that will give you a good job. In fact, if you pick a good program that will give you a job immediately you finish it, it will help you facilitate your, transition from international student to permanent residency. So these are like the few things you should consider before choosing that school, before choosing to japa through the study route. I hope this explains it. So if you're one of those who is planning to, come to Canada through the study route, please sit down, do research on your schools, the courses, what you will get to achieve at the end of your program, what you get to achieve at the end of your course program. So when you have done this research, when you know your options, you can make your choice based on this, and that way it is easier for you that at the end of your program you can easily transition into something that will give you a permanent job, that will give you a permanent stay in Canada. Because if you get a job, you've gotten 50 points, and then for the fact that you schooled here, you've gotten 15. That means at the end of the day, you've got 65 points, and 65 points is a whole lot of points to add to your express entry or PR points at the end of the day. So these are the things that matters. It might look minute, it might look small. Don't follow people, it is business analytics that is raining, you join them. It's cyber security, you join them. It is project management, you join them. Can you handle such courses? Will you be able to, absorb the stress and the pressure that comes with learning or undertaking such courses? These are the things you should consider before choosing a school and choosing a course. This brings me to the end of this video. I hope you learned one or two things. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the like, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Above all, don't forget to tell a friend that there's a girl called the Only Adako on YouTube. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace. I love you.